Dario Bocco Community Service and Heritage Award. Sir Dario Bocco was born in Paniqui, Tarlac, Philippines on February 17, 1960. From an early age, he developed a strong commitment to leadership, service, and civic responsibility. Sir Dario pursued his higher education at Dr. Nicanor Reyes Memorial College in Paniqui, Tarlac, where he earned a Bachelor of Arts degree with a major in mathematics in 1981. During his time there, he also distinguished himself in leadership and service and as an advanced ROTC graduate and Corps Commander, receiving both the Service Medal and the Leadership and Loyalty Medal. He later completed graduate studies at Pangasinan State University and continued his professional development in Canada, earning a diploma in computer programming from the International Correspondence School in Montreal in 1993. In Montreal and its suburbs, Sir Dario has become known as a dedicated community leader who actively supports Filipino organizations and community initiatives. Guided by the ideals of Dr. Jose Rizal, he has consistently worked to promote unity, cultural heritage, and civic engagement among Filipinos living abroad. His inspiration for community service comes from a deep sense of gratitude and responsibility to give back to the Filipino community. Living in the diaspora strengthened his desire to preserve Filipino culture, support fellow kababayans, and uphold the values of service, unity, and patriotism that have shaped his life. Throughout the years, Sir Dario has been actively involved in community activities, supporting both Filipino and multicultural events. His leadership and commitment have helped strengthen collaboration among Filipino organizations and foster programs that benefit seniors, youth, and the wider Filipino community. Among the contributions he values most are his effort to promote Filipino culture and history, while encouraging cooperation and unity among community organizations. Through partnerships, mentorship, and consistent participation in community initiatives, he has helped sustain a spirit of shared identity and cultural pride. Looking ahead, Sir Dario hopes to continue advocating for a united, empowered, and culturally grounded Filipino community with strong leadership development for youth, sustained support for seniors, and lasting collaboration among Filipino organizations. In recognition of his dedication to community service and his commitment to preserving Filipino heritage in Montreal and its suburbs, we proudly present the Gawad ng Pagkilala for Community Service and Heritage to Sir Dario Bocco. Irene Vargas, Community Leadership and Cultural Development Award. Irene Vargas was born in the Philippines on June 11, 1983, and moved to Montreal at the age of 16, beginning a new chapter that would shape her commitment to community, culture, and wellness. Irene pursued her education in Montreal, completing her studies at École Secondaire Saint-Luc, before continuing at Dawson College in the Health Science program. She later earned a Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science, specializing in clinical exercise physiology from Concordia University. Her professional career has centered on health, movement, and community well-being. Since 2012, Irene has worked as a self-employed kinesiologist, personal trainer, and group fitness instructor, designing wellness programs and teaching a wide range of classes, including Zumba, yoga, Tabata, and strength training. She has also served as a health and wellness consultant, delivering workshops and fitness programs that promote healthy lifestyles for individuals and organizations. In 2022, Irene expanded her vision for community engagement by opening BUM, Studio Dance and Fitness, where she provides dance and music classes for children while building programs that promote creativity, discipline, and self-confidence. At the heart of Irene's work is her dedication to creating inclusive spaces where children, youth, and families can thrive. One of Irene's most meaningful initiatives is the Batang Pinoy Summer Camp, a program she leads every summer to help Filipino children connect with their heritage and with one another. Through music, dance, and traditional games, language, and cultural activities, the program creates a space where children can build friendships while learning to embrace their identity with pride and confidence. Through her studio, her programs, and her community initiatives, Irene has helped create opportunities for young children to stay active, express themselves creatively, and develop a strong sense of belonging within the Filipino community in Montreal. Looking ahead, Irene hopes to continue expanding programs that serve both the Filipino community and the wider public, especially initiatives that provide accessible or free opportunities for children and youth. Her vision is to strengthen cultural pride, promote health and wellness, and inspire the next generation to lead with compassion, creativity, and service. In recognition of her leadership and dedication to strengthening Filipino culture and community life in Montreal and its suburbs, we proudly present the Gawad ng Pagkilala for Community Leadership and Cultural Development to Irene Vargas. Juan Alejandro Robles, Professionalism in Nursing Award. Juan Alejandro Robles, known to many as Alan, was born in Manila, Philippines on June 5, 1976. At the age of 15, he began his Canadian journey when he moved to Montreal in 1991, an important transition that helped shape his resilience, adaptability, and appreciation for community. Alan's education reflects a lifelong commitment to learning and professional excellence. He completed his early schooling in the Philippines before continuing his studies in Montreal École Secondaire Saint-Luc, where he first focused on learning French before graduating from Secondary 5 in 1995. He went on to pursue nursing and higher education with distinction. Alan earned a diploma of college studies in nursing from Vanier College, graduating with honors. He later completed a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing with honors from the University of British Columbia, followed by a Master of Education in College Teaching through the Performa Master Teacher program at the Université de Sherbrooke. His master's research project, completed in 2018, explored how clinical instructors influence nursing students' confidence and self-efficacy. He served as a nurse clinician at the Montreal Children's Hospital of the McGill University Health Center from 1998 to 2018, working in pediatric medicine and acute care. Since 2009, he has been a faculty member in the nursing department of Vanier College, where he teaches both theory and clinical courses including pediatrics, maternal newborn care, geriatrics, psychiatry, and medical surgical nursing. Over the years, he has also served as a clinical instructor at Dawson College and McGill University, helping train and mentor the next generation of nurses. Throughout his career, Alan has also taken on leadership roles in nursing education, including serving as chairperson of the Pediatrics and Maternal Newborn course at Vanier College and participating in several departmental committees supporting curriculum development, faculty mentorship, and student success. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Alan played an important leadership role within the healthcare system. He helped spearhead a rapid assistant PAP training program for long-term care facilities in Montreal, coordinated training programs between healthcare institutions and educational partners, and served as a clinical manager in COVID-19 mass vaccination centers, supporting critical public health efforts during a time of crisis. Beyond his professional work, Alan has also remained committed to serving the Filipino community. As a member and later co-director of continuing education of the Filipino Nurses Association of Quebec, he helped support Filipino nurses seeking to practice in Quebec, including preparing candidates for the JAC math entrance requirements. For Alan, mentorship is central to his work. He takes pride in guiding students and fellow professionals while helping Filipino nurses navigate the healthcare system and build successful careers. Looking ahead, Alan hopes to continue advocating for greater representation, empowerment, and support for Filipino professionals, beginning in Montreal and extending across Canada. His goal is to help build a strong and confident network of Filipino professionals who uplift one another and inspire the next generation. In recognition of his excellence in nursing practice, education, and mentorship, we proudly present the Gawad ng Pagkilala for Professionalism in Nursing to Juan Alejandro Robles. Jerry C. Dancil, Excellence in Senior Program and Sports Award. Jerry C. Dancil was born and raised in Alcala, Pangasinan, in the Philippines, where he completed his elementary education in San Pedro Apartado and his secondary education at Cipriano P. Primicias High School. Jerry pursued technical training in auto diesel mechanics at PSAT in Lingayen, Pangasinan, from 1975 to 1976 before continuing his studies at Central Luzon State University in Muñoz, Nueva Ecija, where he earned his Bachelor of Science in Agricultural Extension Education in 1980. His early professional life was dedicated to agricultural development, working as an agricultural products demonstrator for Cytosymes product and later as an agricultural technologist with the Philippine Virginia Tobacco Administration in Dagupan City. Over the years, Jerry became deeply involved in community leadership within the Filipino community in Montreal and its suburbs. His commitment to service can be seen through his work with numerous organizations. Jerry served as president of the Alcalanians of Montreal and suburbs in 1995 and later as the president of the Pangasinan Association of Quebec in 2000. He also served as director and business manager of the Filipino Association of Montreal and suburbs from 2001 to 2003. Jerry has been actively involved with the Order of Knights of Rizal, where he has held several leadership roles over the years. These include Montreal Chapter Commander from 2019 to 2022, Area Commander from 2022 to 2024, Deputy Regional Commander, and now Commander of the Eastern Canada region. In recognition of his outstanding leadership in senior programs and sports initiatives, we proudly present the Gawad ng Pagkilala for Excellence in Senior Program and Sports to Jerry C. Dancil. Marilis Padilla and Reynaldo Padilla, Humanitarian Service Award. Marilis Padilla and Reynaldo Padilla are the proprietors of Marché Filipino Sari-Sari Incorporated, a community store that has quietly become a place of connection, support, and generosity for many members of the Filipino community in Montreal. Established in 2009, Marché Filipino Sari-Sari Incorporated offers a variety of services including money remittance through RIA, MoneyGram, and Via Americas, as well as snacks, clothing, accessories, and freshly cooked meals. More than a business, however, the store has become a welcoming space where members of the community gather not only to shop, but also to seek advice, share stories, and support one another. Before building their life and business in Montreal, Marilis completed vocational studies in midwifery, nursing aid, and health aid at Birhen Milagrosa University in the Philippines, while Reynaldo pursued his secondary education at James Ling High School in Montreal. For nearly 2 decades, Marilis and Reynaldo have quietly served the community through acts of compassion and generosity. Their humanitarian efforts extend far beyond their business. They have supported fundraisers for cancer patients, assisted newly arrived Filipino families as they adjust to life in Montreal, and offered help to individuals and families facing difficult circumstances. Their support often comes in many forms, providing financial assistance, emotional encouragement, transportation for those who need it, and companionship during difficult moments. They are known to visit members of the community in the hospital simply to check on their well-being and offer comfort. They have also supported numerous Filipino and non-Filipino organizations by assisting with fundraising activities and community events. Beyond humanitarian work, they have also contributed to the cultural life of the Filipino community by helping bring TFC, the Filipino channel, to Montreal, serving as a bridge in bringing artists from the Philippines to perform locally. In recognition of their efforts, they were honored as one of the top TFC sellers in Canada. Their service also extends to faith and community outreach. At St. Joseph's Oratory, Marilis and Reynaldo volunteer regularly, helping prepare and distribute free meals to churchgoers every Tuesday, and during special occasions, always ready to assist whenever help is needed. Even while facing personal challenges, including repeated water damage to their store and severe flooding that destroyed belongings in their home, Marilis and Reynaldo have remained steadfast in their commitment to helping others. Through their quiet acts of kindness, generosity, and unwavering compassion, they have strengthened the Filipino community in Montreal and offered hope and support to many individuals along the way. In recognition of their humanitarian spirit and dedication to serving others, we proudly present the Gawad ng Pagkilala for humanitarian service to Marilis Padilla and Reynaldo Padilla. Corazon de las Alas Bakiran, Cultural Arts and Music Service Award. Corazon de las Alas Bakiran, known to her community as Cora, was born on August 8, 1915, Manila, Philippines, to Vicente and Beatriz de las Alas. She grew up in a closely knit family as the sixth of 9 children, surrounded by 6 brothers and 2 sisters in a home that emphasized education, service, and community. Cora pursued her academic training at the University of Santo Tomas in Manila, where she earned a Bachelor of Science and Nutrition in 1971. In 1973, Cora immigrated to Montreal, beginning a new chapter in her life. That same year, she met her future husband, Jerry. They were married in August 1977 and later settled on the South Shore, where they raised their 3 children, Carla, Karen, and Christiane, while balancing family life, professional responsibilities, and community involvement. Professionally, Cora built a long career in Montreal's healthcare institutions, including the Jewish General Hospital and the Royal Victoria Hospital of the McGill University Health Center. Over the years, she served in several roles in food services, administration, and hospital operations, eventually working as an administrative technician in the emergency department. Later, she continued serving the community through her work with the English Montreal School Board, assisting in the administrative organization at Westmount Park Elementary School. Alongside her professional life, Cora cultivated a deep love for music and community connection. Her commitment to the Filipino community is rooted in the values she learned from her family, where helping others and creating spaces for people to gather, share, and support one another were simply part of everyday life. Since 1983, Cora and Jerry have been active members of the Filipino-Canadian community of the South Shore of Quebec, FCCSSQ. Music has been central to Cora's community service. She sang with the Panday Tinig Choral Ensemble from 1991 to 1998, rejoining the ensemble again in 2019. Together with friends, Cora and Jerry also founded the Sinang Choral, which performed from 1998 to 2002. Music remains at the heart of Cora's service. Alongside Jerry, who plays the guitar, Cora expresses her devotion to music and faith as a longtime member of St. Kevin's Parish. After many years as a choir member, Cora now serves at the 11 o'clock a.m. choral director, continuing to guide and inspire others through song. Cora has also served the community through leadership and service with the Philippine Benevolent and Scholarship Society of Quebec, PBSSQ, where she served as treasurer from 2005 to 2022. In recognition of her dedication, she received the PBSSQ Award for Community Service in March 2025. Looking ahead, Cora hopes her work will continue to strengthen community bonds and inspire younger generations. She especially hopes to pass on the values of compassion, service, and cultural pride to her 6 grandchildren, Matthew, Rowan, Julia, Charlotte, Taran, and Abigail, while encouraging youth in the community to embrace their heritage and serve others. Through decades of music, service, and cultural connection, Cora has helped bring people together and celebrate the spirit of the Filipino community in Montreal and its suburbs. In recognition of her dedication to cultural expression and music service, we proudly present the Gawad ng Pagkilala for Cultural Arts and Music is to Corazon de las Alas Bakiran. Jeanette Perignon, known to many in the community simply as Jeanette, was born on May 29, 1951 in Manila, Philippines, and raised in San Jose de Buena Vista, Antique. Growing up under the care of her widowed mother and Spanish-speaking grandparents, she developed early on a strong dedication to education and perseverance. Jeanette completed her elementary and high school studies at San Jose Academy, where academic excellence earned her a full scholarship to the University of Santo Tomas in Manila. Her professional journey began as a medical technologist, working at the San Jose Lazaro Tuberculosis Center in Manila, and later at St. Luke's Hospital in Quezon City. She later worked as a secretary at the engineering firm ESED-NIA, where she met Jacques Perignon, originally from Lyon, France. They married in 1981, and Jacques later played a pivotal role bringing Jeanette to Canada. Jeanette arrived in Montreal in August 1985, beginning a new chapter of growth, service, and community leadership. Demonstrating remarkable determination, Jeanette returned to school at the age of 50, earning her registered nursing diploma from John Abbott College in Sainte-Anne-de-Bellevue, Quebec. As a registered nurse, she served patients across several specialties in some of Montreal's major hospitals, including the Montreal General Hospital, Royal Victoria Hospital, St. Mary's Hospital, Jewish General Hospital, Montreal's Children's Hospital, and the Lake Shore Hospital, where she became assistant head nurse. She also worked as a circulating nurse at Lakeshore Home Health and as an unblinded nurse at the MUHC Vaccine Research Study Center before retiring in 2014. Beyond her professional achievements, Jeanette has become a respected leader within the Filipino community in Montreal and its suburbs. She currently serves as president of the Kahirap Association of Quebec, secretary of the Filipino Heritage Society of Montreal, and public relations officer of the Quebec Association of Filipino-Canadian Teachers. She also served as vice president, Filipino Benevolent and Scholarship Society of Quebec, and as director and spokesperson for the seniors of West Island and suburbs. Her dedication to service also extends to her faith and volunteer work. For over 4 decades, Jeanette has served as a lector, altar server, and Holy Eucharist minister at Corpus Christi Church, Senneville, St. Edmund of Canterbury Church in Beaconsfield, and Mary Queen of the World Cathedral in downtown Montreal. She has also volunteered as a circulation desk clerk at the Bay d'Orphée Library and served as service team leader of the Catholic Women's League at St. Edmund of Canterbury Parish Council. In addition to her leadership and volunteer work, Jeanette has shared her love for culture and the arts by founding the Golden Maidens Dance Group in 2019. Composed of women in their 70s and 80s, the group has performed at numerous cultural events in Montreal and beyond, proudly celebrating Filipino heritage through dance. Jeanette's dedication has been recognized through several honors, including being named a community role model by the Panday Tinig Choral Ensemble publication Tambuli in 2024 and receiving recognition as one of the most outstanding Filipinos abroad in 2025. Through her leadership, service, and lifelong commitment to community and culture, Jeanette continues to inspire others to serve with compassion, discipline, and purpose. In recognition of her dedication to community leadership and her lasting contribution to the Filipino community in Montreal and its suburbs, we proudly present the Gawad ng Pagkilala for Community Leadership to Jeanette Perignon. Reynaldo L. Balanci, Community Service and Leadership Award. Reynaldo L. Balanci was born on March 18, 1951 in Balbalan proper, Kalinga Province in the Philippines. From these early beginnings, Ray developed a deep appreciation for community, leadership, and service, values that would later guide his contributions to the Filipino community in Montreal. Ray pursued higher education in the Philippines, earning a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science in 1984 from Baguio College Foundation, now known as the University of the Cordilleras. He later completed his Bachelor of Laws in 1993 from Don Mariano Marcos Memorial University in La Union Province. These academic achievements provided a strong foundation for his understanding of leadership, governance, and civic responsibility. Today, Ray serves the public as a Commissioner of Oaths for Quebec and outside Quebec, continuing a life dedicated to service and integrity. Over the years, Ray has played an important role in numerous Filipino community organizations in Montreal and suburbs. He currently serves as chairman of the Board of Trustees of FAMAS for 2023 to 2026 term and has contributed significantly to the organization's governance, including service as chairman of the Commission on Elections for 2025 FAMAS Executive Board elections and leading 2 amendments of the FAMAS Constitution. Ray's leadership extends across many organizations. He has served as Internal Vice President of the Council of Canadian Associations of Quebec and internal vice president of the Federation of Filipino-Canadian Associations of Quebec. He is also an elder and co-founder of the Cordillera Association of Montreal and Suburb, and serves as director and advisor of the United Filipino Seniors Association of Montreal. From 2007 to 2009, Ray also served as Human Rights Director of the Federation of Filipino-Canadian Associations of Quebec. Beyond civic leadership, Ray has also served the community through faith as a licensed minister and local preacher of the Church of Nazarene in Montreal. Ray's dedication to leadership and service is also reflected in his long-standing involvement with the Order of the Knights of Rizal, where he currently serves as Regional Commander of the Eastern Canada region and holds a distinguished rank of Knight Grand Cross of Rizal, the highest degree of the Order. Through years of commitment, leadership, and community involvement, Ray has helped strengthen Filipino organizations and foster unity within the Filipino community in Montreal and its suburbs. In recognition of his dedication to community leadership and service, we proudly present the Gawad ng Pagkilala for Community Service and Leadership to Reynaldo L. Balance. Jovi Faustino Narvas, Community Service and Compassion Award. Jovi Faustino Narvas was born on March 30, 1963 in San Miguel, Manila, Philippines. In March 1973, Jovi immigrated to Canada with her family and grew up in Montreal, where she began building the life and community connections that would shape her future. Jovi attended Immaculada School in Ville Saint-Laurent and later studied at Father MacDonald Comprehensive High School, where she entered the Commerce Career Program. During her high school years, she also developed a passion for sports. Jovi joined a swim program and competed in several events across Montreal, including freestyle, breaststroke, and backstroke. Her greatest passion, however, was platform high diving, where she competed in schools throughout the city and once dreamed of becoming a professional diver. Jovi continued her studies in commerce at Vanier College, followed by data processing and programming studies at Heard Sing Institute, where she trained in software applications such as Lotus 123, WordStar, and database systems. She later expanded her technical skills through Oracle database programming courses at Computer Time and completed AutoCAD training at Dawson College. Professionally, Jovi built a long career in the field of programming, administration, and procurement. She worked with several companies in Montreal, including Peerless Clothing, Valiant Inc., KSH, NLK Consultants, H.A. Simons, and CSI International, where she served in roles ranging from computer operator and programmer to procurement clerk and project administrator. Since 2004, Jovi has been working at Unisource Technology Incorporated, a contractor for the Department of National Defense, where she provides administrative support and procurement services, processing government tenders and contracts for aerospace and industrial components. Alongside her professional career, Jovi has devoted many years to volunteer work and community service. Her spirit of compassion began early in life through initiatives such as the Brown Bag Project, where she helped prepare and distribute food and personal care items to those in need. For nearly 2 decades, Jovi has been an active volunteer with Quebec Special Olympics, supporting athletes with intellectual disabilities by helping manage administrative work, organizing schedules, and assisting with sporting events. In recognition of her dedication, Jovi was honored as Volunteer of the Year for Quebec Special Olympics in 2014 for the entire province of Quebec. Jovi has also been deeply involved with the Federation of Filipino-Canadian Associations of Quebec, where she has served in several roles including communications, secretary, and currently Vice President for Internal Affairs. Through her leadership, she has contributed to strengthening community programs and initiatives. Her compassion is also reflected in her work with the Pinoy Food Drive, where Jovi dedicates her time to collecting and distributing food donations to single mothers, seniors, low-income families, and others in need. Together with her husband, she helps ensure that support reaches members of the community who may be facing difficult circumstances. For Jovi, volunteering is not about recognition. It is about helping others, building connections, and making sure no one in the community feels alone. Looking ahead, Jovi hopes to dedicate even more time to volunteer work in the future, continuing to serve the community while caring for her husband and father. In recognition of her compassion, generosity, and dedication to helping others, we proudly present the Gawad ng Pagkilala for Community Service and Compassion to Jovi Faustino Narvas.